My name is Oscar.
My name is Carl.
And this is Who Would Watch This? Welcome to Who Would Watch This podcast. We watch a film, we chat about the film, and we try and figure out who to watch this.
Today we are reviewing Antz, which currently has a 6.5 on IMDb, a 2.9 on Letterboxd, and believe it or not, a huge 92% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics.
The best film we've ever reviewed
It's
in the podcast.
highest Rotten Tomatoes review ever done on the show, which is fucking nuts because it's for Antz. Oscar, what's the plot?
A rather neurotic ant tries to break...
Kids love the neurotic ant.
We'll get into the...
That's the pitch.
You ever seen a nervous ant? The kids can connect to it. Tries to break down his totalitarian society while trying to win the affection of the princess he loves. You know, it's those sleeper hits, you know?
Yeah.
You know, people go, it's a really calm, chill concept, but it's just done with such empathy that it really breaks through.
It is a really... This is how I learned as a children to not bully an ant.
Yeah.
And I didn't learn that from the ant bully.
No.
It was this one.
Which is more, here's the thing, ant bully is very explicit and a bit one note, whereas this one makes you earn that.
Absolutely.
I also did break down a society and a government, you know, from within.
Now, I think hot off the bat, before we rewind, do we think, this thought's only just occurred to me, but do we think it was originally just called Antz? And then somebody was like, that's not fun enough for kids. And somebody was like, on a whiteboard, Z. And they were like, green light.
1,000%. I also don't think Woody Allen's ant was called Z at the start. And I think they were like, because his name was originally going to be like Woody or something as well. And they're like, Toy Story took the wind out of its sails.
Probably immediately undercut it.
So,
I reckon they wanted Woody Allen for Woody originally. Could you imagine if he was like,
cow.
Bullseye? Lightyear, what are you doing here?
Carl, before we jump into Ants, should we go back to last week before we'd seen Ants?
Oh, when we were trying to predict who we thought would watch
That's
it.
precisely what I'm after.
Sounds right.
Yes. Carl, it's Versus Month.
It's Versus Month, and we've had a rethink.
We have had a rethink. We were looking through all the movies that were verse-esque, and there's some fun ones. There's a Superman vs. Batman. There's like a Godzilla vs. King Kong. But we kind of were like, you know what? There's not
Nobody.
enough.
They're long.
They're long.
It turns out a Versus movie is also long.
Yeah, because you got two things to do with, you know? You got two guys, two fellas.
Yeah.
Normally most films have one guy. This one has two. and that doubled every runtime. So we were like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a bit of a switcheroo. We're going to do the Versus Month a la two movies that are very similar and then pit them against each other. Even if they're not like technically rotten, we're putting them together, you know? So we're doing Ants next week.
Yeah.
We're going to compare it to Bug's Life.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, everyone in our friend group is split down the middle. And I think that's the whole of society, really.
It is. We're all on the same political spectrum, which is great, but where there is a divide between who's a Bug's Life fan and who's an
all
Antz fan.
fascist, but my God, when it comes to Ants, you just don't know where you sit. Just don't know where you sit.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But like, thank God we're all fascists.
It's nice, you know, to find your clan.
Yeah.
But no, so we're going to do that. I think we've got, what's the direct...
So our pitches were, and if anybody has any ideas, please, by all means, you can write in, email us at askwwwtpodcast@gmail.com. But if you've got any ideas, the other ones we've got is, we're going to do Friends with Benefits and No Strings Attached, White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen.
Yes.
And then I think it was Volcano and Deep Impact.
Yeah.
Or it was maybe it's Armageddon and Deep Impact.
Or the core. Because of
the core.
Yeah.
There's definitely some ones there. So I'm keen to do them, but I know there's a bunch. So if anyone's got more oddball ones, and the other one we were looking at is doing the two animal farms.
Yes.
So,
Which I'm thinking, because one's Kelsey Grammer as a pig.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
And the other's Seth Rogen as a pig.
So it's just all
The
good
Kelsey
stuff.
Grammer of our generation.
People have been saying that.
People have been saying that.
But Carl, we're doing Ants, and we're going to compare it to Bug's Life. Have you seen Ants? And are you an ant head or you're a Bug's Life fella?
So I'm pro Antz.
Whoa.
That's my hated Bugs. No, I didn't hate Bug's Life, but Bug's Life never caught on for me. So I was a big Antz person. Antz was on DVD in my household. I liked that Antz was a very violent movie from memory. I have not seen it in conservatively 15 years.
The beheading scene has stuck with me.
The beheading scene has stuck with me. And the torch scene of them all being blown up by the
magnifying.
Yeah, the magnifying glass. That's all definitely there.
Yeah.
And then I'll just as a kid, it always really rocked me that Sylvester Stallone was the voice of an ant.
What
Like,
have
could
you
just
seen?
tell-
What have you seen him in before that? It's crazy for a kid because as a child, I was like, these are just people.
Well, because I
I
think-
believe that's Flick.
I
the bug.
kept watching this film past when I should have stopped.
Yeah.
So I'd seen Rocky by the
when
time
you
I
said-
was
when-
still watching
Yeah, when you said
Ants.
15 years ago, I'm like, that's pretty actually like you're 14. you
So
know?
yeah, I was near 18. Poster up on the wall.
Big beer.
Ants. Big beer.
You went to go vote. You had
Yeah.
a big sip of beer, and you went,
Yeah.
"Let me put on Antz."
It's 26 at my wedding. Ants. Everybody had to watch it. You know when everybody rocks up to the wedding and it's you're like, guys, whoever wants to join the night before, we're all cozying up and we're watching Ants.
It's not crazy. It's not crazy. But you're a big ant head then.
I'm a big ant head, and so this is my favorite of the two. I remember Bug's Life being dull, and I think with A Bug's Life, I don't know if I don't even know if I fully remember A Bug's Life well, but I think the reason I didn't particularly like it is probably because other Pixar movies I just thought were better. So I just rather watch them.
That's crazy.
So I don't know if it was just bad by default in terms of I just didn't get into the cycle of watching them the way that I was watching The Incredibles and Ratatouille and all that stuff.
That's nutty. Because for a long time, I was like, look, because I love Bug's Life as a child.
Really?
I was putting that above Up. I was putting that above
Wow.
The Incredibles.
Wow.
And maybe I've seen the error of my ways, and that's fine. But as a staunch 10-year-old, I was like, guys, this bug stuff happens great. He runs away to the circus, and then the circus beats another, fascist group. It's very
Yeah.
good for them.
I can't name you a character from A Bug's Life.
Flick.
So Flick's the lead.
Flick's the lead.
I remember the fat slug.
Fat
That's
caterpillar.
Oh, Jolly. Is that him? That's like, yeah.
him, yeah.
It's me. I am a fat slug.
And then you got, I guess, like the Brooklyn-esque ladybug, which
Yeah.
is pretty fun.
Do you want to know my full understanding of A Bug's Life is mainly from Toy Story 2 when they're at the end of that.
Which is a great bit.
But that is like I remember as a kid, I don't think I'd seen Bug's Life.
Yeah.
But I knew them from that.
Yeah.
And then when I finally watched Bug's Life as a kid, I was like, oh.
I mean, look, in fairness, starting with Toy Story 2 and then going to that hurts.
It's a
That
toughie.
hurt- that hurts.
It's a real toughie.
That hurts,
I was
you
like,
know?
where's the heart? I think A Bug's Life doesn't have heart. I'm going to say it now.
No, but they take down Kevin Spacey as a grasshopper. Isn't that good? This one, Antz is definitely... I feel like I know Bug's Life pretty much back to back.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a vague... horrible war scene with Antz, and then Woody Allen doing Woody Allen before I even know who Woody Allen was.
Yeah, I can't really remember. I think that all I know is the ant, like two ants have to go on a journey is my main thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of threat.
Yeah.
And I think I like that.
You like the thrill, you know?
It's essentially my Hobbit.
Yeah.
It's like, look at this guy. He's getting out of the Shire, getting out of the ant. He's going to find greener
He's
pastures.
going a little stretch, you know? He's discovering himself. Whereas I feel like Bug's Life also does that, but it's just him. He runs away to the circus and they take down the dirty grass.
I think the circus, poor aspects.
you get your colorful freaks. Remember Stick Man? He's fun.
It's weird. Was the circus big when A Bug's Life came out? Because surely the circus was in its decline.
1998 was the year of circus. I can't stress to you. There was like the 1920s, sort of Water for Elephants, all of that.
Yeah.
And then 1998 hit the scene. Wow, circus. Where do you think Juggalos came from? It's the circus craze of 1998.
We should do Water for Elephants and The Greatest Showman.
That's awesome.
Two movies that went head to head a decade apart.
Both came out on top, surprisingly.
Yeah, both winners, both big winners. Both got Broadway shows.
Yeah, damn. Good for them. Carl, who do you think's gonna watch Antz?
Oh, it's the more hardcore kids.
Whoa.
Because I remember my pussy friends being like, I love A Bug's Life. And I'm like, oh, love's not going to save the world, you freak.
Woody Allen depicting, I guess, a Hobbit-esque scenario is really, man. Woody Allen on the Lord of the Rings would have been a bit of a
Him as Gandalf? No, you shouldn't pass.
Down you go. No, not for this. Come on, be crazy.
Just so people know, we're not pro Woody Allen, but I love doing his voice.
It's really unfortunate because he's got such a distinct voice, and quite frankly, him like, shucks, is really good. He is a monster.
He's absolutely horrible if you look up anything about him. It's one of those things, I think I remember my parents being like, I don't know. Like my parents were like, we're not really like across it, and I was like, man, if you watch like a doco about it, it's so horrible.
Yeah.
Like it's way more horrible than I think what the media got onto about Woody Allen. There's a bunch of other.
I think
under the
everyone's just
surface
like,
crap
have you
that's disgusting.
seen Manhattan though? You're just like Hannah and her sisters, you know. He was an indie darling. You can't touch him. And you're like,
Everybody's always like, but he made the city a character.
New York wasn't on the map before Woody.
That guy wouldn't make a city a character.
And then Manhattan starts with like, I'm fucking this 15-year-old. What do you think? What do you think about that? And his arc is, maybe I'll find someone my own age, and then push this child aside. It's good stuff though. I gave it 4 stars. Who did you say? So cool kids.
It's for the cooler kids.
Yeah.
I reckon weaklings like you, would have bullied the shit out of you in high school. I would have been like, look at that Bugs Life freak over there.
Look, I gotta tell you,
Get on my Antz train.
who I think would watch this, I think it's for the dirty, smelly kids. Because, quite frankly,
You're right, I wasn't clean.
Yeah, this gives
But I
off.
was cool.
This gives off bargain bin. Like if you're looking at the 2 products, you know that
No,
the
sir.
Pixar Gleam, and this is a cheap knockoff, a whorish attempt.
Look, I'll
at
tell
trying
you
to
right
entertain
now,
child.
there is a glossiness to a Bug's Life for sure in memory that Antz definitely doesn't have. Yeah, I can concede
looking
to
back
that.
the character of Bugs Life, because I feel like that,
Maybe the ones in the Bug's Life are defined, sure. But mine, yeah, they all look like ants. Yeah, they all look similar. Same sort of weird triangular jaw, all the very same color palette. Yeah, there's not the same shine, not the same shimmy to it, not the same
no
gloss.
ladybugs in that one. There's just
Yeah.
like we're pretty similar. You know? Is that a theme? Yeah, it's a theme. They also are just ants, so we couldn't really do too crazy.
What are they meant to do? They're like, it just makes sense that other different looking ants are a part of the same colony. You know, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
So what are they meant to do? They can't be like, there's red ants and blue ants and all these other ants.
What nonsense, you know?
Yeah.
They were like,
As a kid, I would have called them out. I would have been like, I haven't seen these guys hang out.
I know my ants, and they are very rarely hanging out.
I have constantly seen a ladybug and a caterpillar on a leaf, though. So that's fine. But
that checks out. I know my stuff, okay? I know my stuff, and that's fine. But a bunch of mixed ants? Nuh-uh.
never seen a sugar ant and a black ant chat.
Oh, my God.
Never seen it happen.
Could you imagine a bull ant and a sugar ant hanging out? No. Politically,
sir.
that just wouldn't fly. I'm sorry. No. Carl, it's Woody Allen's ants.
It's Woody Allen's Antz. It's DreamWorks Woody Allen's Antz. As the film was unfolding,
Yes.
it was really hard to understand how this was ever pitched for children.
No, I think there is a lot of behind the scenes spitefulness of pretty much. I think it's whoever's the leader of
John Lasseter.
he like jumped ship from
no,
DreamWorks
yeah.
to Pixar. I think technically the idea was floating around.
Yeah.
I feel like actually Pixar might be semi in the wrong, but then DreamWorks goes, you know what, that whole ant thing we had,
Yeah.
bring it into so they smash it out, and they're racing to get something out. Both of them released ants in the same year.
There's a lot of great YouTube videos that can articulate it way better than us with a lot of research.
What do you mean? I feel I nailed it. I feel I nailed it. They listen to
Two nameless men went head to head with the same idea.
I
maybe.
can't remember who was in the wrong or who was in the right, and
Vibes? Pixar was in the wrong, maybe?
I feel like I remember it being because I'm like, but Pixar's the right one. But
Yeah.
no.
I think yeah, and I mean they were definitely Pixar was also doing its thing of like it was like there's a world of cars, there's a world of bugs, there's a world of toys.
Yeah.
They were just sort of going, what's the world of A, B, C, D, E, F, G?
And then Wally was like, what if humans destroyed it for that dirty
Yes.
environmentalism? You're like, yeah, that's true.
They were like, what a Fred Willard we got on screen as a human in Wall-E, and that really blew the minds of children everywhere.
It did blow my mind. I couldn't believe. I'm like, that's a human. Have they made that? No, that's just Mr. Fred.
I think once they get out of sort of doing those conceits is why I like a Ratatouille. Is because I think Ratatouille's like a
Remember the time they were like, a rat that cooks? That's not a thing in a thing. Get out of here, Pixar.
Well, I always really like Ratatouille because Ratatouille's not saying there's a world of rats and this is how they operate and this is how they do everything.
I think.
But it's set within the real world, and so
yeah.
it's like he's mostly interacting with like what we already have in the kitchen,
like pans.
pans.
Yes.
You know, it's pans.
Yeah, and
unlike that film Pan's Labyrinth, not a pan inside.
And that was my issue with the whole film, you know?
Not a
that
cooking
bisexual
movie.
rock star as well. He really did not really nail it.
Wrong one.
I'm pretty sure
You're doing
so.
Labyrinth.
No, I'm not.
You're doing Labyrinth.
No.
You're so clearly doing Labyrinth.
He's in Del
Oscar.
Toro's Pan's
Bowie's
Labyrinth.
the girl.
But yes, Antz. Woody
Yeah,
Allen's
let's get
Antz.
into it. Opens with a big cracking therapist scene.
Yeah.
The big opener to our children's movie. We've spent $100 million. The kids are going to get into Woody Allen's mindset via therapy.
It's good stuff. It's a funny, I guess, cliche that he had around his career. Just like he's always he's in therapy.
He's not well.
He's not well.
And also, it turned out he wasn't.
No, he's neurotic.
He was
just
a bad guy.
I want to fuck my daughter.
Now, we don't usually watch the movies together.
No, it's blasphemy.
But we did end up watching Antz together with some people. And one of the things I was talking about was I think that there is an adult edge to the movie.
Yes.
That some of it's working and some of it's not.
It's pre-Shrek. And Shrek,
Yes.
you know, like I feel it's overhyped, but that is a perfect blend of it's a kid's film, but the parents are having fun too.
It is. I think it's really. I think you can feel a Simpsons-esque quality that's also taking over Hollywood of saying a cartoon can have an adult edge to it.
Yeah.
And you can handle adult themes and humor without children realizing.
Yeah.
And Antz is teetering on starting to work out how best to give that to children.
They have gone, we don't give a fuck about the kids. The kids will line up and watch the animated ants do their thing.
Yeah.
But then they're also dragging like, what if war? What do we
Well, I could believe it was about like, you know, a regime coming in, and they were also really accurate to like how a hive works. And
Yeah.
there is just a long scene with a queen squirting out kids for like 30 years. Like, and you go, and there are worker ones and
Fighter ones, yeah.
And you go, okay, you've actually sort of thought about a real life colony of ants when I'm not here for the accuracy of the ants.
No.
And it's also crazy too to say we're going to do a bug movie, and their idea is bugs die all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So a lot of the bugs you see in this film are going to get killed.
Yeah. And that's fine. You know, we're
And
going for
that's
that.
a great edge, wild for a child, and that's probably why I did like it. But watching it as an adult,
Look, watching it as an adult, I felt pretty validated pretty quickly because a lot of people argue Bugs Life and Ants and have not watched either of them for a
Yeah.
very long time. So I was a bit like, am I in the wrong here? No. It's a gross looking flick.
So this is the other thing. This is an ugly looking movie.
Yeah.
It is a lot of just a brown color palette.
Yeah.
Because the characters are just shades of brown, and then they're all in a clay underground setting.
Yeah.
And so it's just that. Then when they start getting flooded, I was like, oh, finally, some fucking
Some
blue.
blue. Sylvester Stallone's character, they've gone, okay, we need some bigger ants to sort of show the difference. And that's all they really have, really, to differentiate them. Kind of like various reds and browns, you know? It's pretty aggressive.
All the designs look the same. It's hard to tell them. I guess their whole thing is that there's not individualism in the world.
No, I
But
know.
just in terms of a visual, entertaining standpoint as a film, you've got to give more.
Sylvester Stallone's like girlfriend and the princess look exactly the same.
Yeah.
You know? And that's not me being ant racist, okay? That's just
what it is.
I'm just saying it how it is.
One of them
you know?
has more fancy antennas because
Yeah.
there's a princess quality to them, sure. The other one's got better legs because it's Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez.
And the movie makes that joke.
Jennifer Lopez imagine Jennifer Lopez with 4 legs and the camera like a
The camera
pervert.
pans down as a POV of like a horny man, and she puts her hand down and is like, eyes up here, buddy. And it's like, whoop.
And as a 10-year-old, I really got a lot out of that. You know, that was for me.
Yeah, I remember at that moment I went, am I attracted to ants?
Many people were.
Mom, this movie's making me feel things.
She's like, we're putting on a Bug's Life. You're going to be marrying a ladybug.
Mom, I think I'm interested in a pseudo-German fat slug. He's really charming.
He's got character. But yeah, we are introduced to Woody Allen. He's having a bit of a crisis of faith.
Yeah.
I think just where he is in the colony, what's his purpose, you know.
Yeah.
Is this really the system for him?
Yeah.
Or is it really to oppress him?
Does he need to get out and about? Now, immediately what's sticking out to me is Woody Allen's voice does not suit the character that they've written.
No.
Not in the slightest.
No.
So this is not, he doesn't come across as game for adventure.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't come across as brave. He doesn't and like these aren't things he learns on the way.
No. I feel like maybe he was thrusted into the hero's journey, but he's not. He's like, you know what? I'll go outside.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
It's just tough to spend a lot of time with such a loser, such a neurotic, scared loser who just through sheer coincidence and dumb luck is able to save the day.
But it's not even like he's like trying to force it away. Like he's like, no, I'll take it. I'll go with the punches.
He's
like, which
going
is odd.
into it.
Yeah, which
everybody's
is odd.
like, this is easily the least likable thing about you right now, and he's like, but I'm not going to change. You go, you should learn to change.
Now, what we also noticed was because it's sort of set up that there's workers and there's fighters, but there's also some small specialty skills. Like you can be a therapist in this ant world.
Yeah, how do you break out of that?
I don't know.
How do you learn you're good? Because I think that's he needs to find what he would be good in the world of ants now. And I think, he would be good. Maybe he's a chef. Maybe he's a gardener.
Now, question.
What about an architect? Who's doing all the architecture?
Well, it's just a big mound.
I know, but there's holes in rooms and
yeah, it's
things.
fair enough.
There's cabins.
It looks a lot like New York in the background. It's got like a New York sort of...
An animated movie whose city is referenced as New York. Groundbreaking.
Get Woody Allen. Get Woody Allen involved. He can make this pop.
Yeah.
But I have two questions. One... is it odd that every bug movie, because B-movie does a similar thing of just like Eurodrone and Office Drone. It's odd they all go for that sort of, let's use the bugs as a metaphor for this and only this,
Yeah,
What,
for a kid, because at that time a kid's not a drone yet.
No.
They're not then like now I'm like 29. I feel like I'm a worker bee.
Yes.
But when I was a kid, I was
You
like,
had free.
What's Barry B. Benson up to here? I don't notice.
Isn't it odd that B-movie goes, what if we did that? And they go, fuck, we don't want to do that for the last third. Let's just jump. Let's do a whole...
Do a court case.
Oh, God, it's good. God, it's funny.
But yeah, I think it is odd that Pixar's the only one that says we're not going to do accurate bug life.
Which is ironic.
Which is
cool,
ironic.
Because it's cool. Bugs
It's going
life.
to run off and go to the circus and just do his own thing like the bugs have circuses. Because if there were...
Well, the bugs didn't have circuses. Other bugs had circuses. The ants did not have a circus.
But who went and paid money for the circus in A Bug's Life?
Well, that's the problem. The circus is not doing very well. Now you're seeing the dilemma of the
but
circus.
now it's accurate. Okay, well, I can't
Various
remember the film. We should
fleas.
stop talking about A Bug's Life because I don't
It's
remember
that
it
good.
and we haven't watched it yet. But it is odd that B-movie and Ants both were like, there's worker bees and there's worker ants. And so we have to make that accurate to how it is out in the bug world.
Yeah.
And a kid needs to know that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if they find out, they'll know that we've lied to them. We've lied to them about this adventure tale.
Which would be horrible.
Yeah.
Imagine a kid being lied to. It's just
Yeah.
on. Now, we do get our first pretty big packed action scene. Sorry, my other question was, and we'll get into it later, but we got a big action scene. They're doing a wrecking ball. But
Yeah.
they don't have equipment, so
Yeah.
they've got to make a big wrecking ball with themselves and ants. And then Woody Allen is literally a link in the chain.
Yeah.
But he has to sneeze because he's so
He's so afraid.
He's so afraid.
And as if I was, say, the supervisor of the wrecking ball, I'm putting Woody in the ball. He's not in the chain.
Crazy for them to have just one ant be a chain.
Yeah.
Be a tour. That's a backup.
I just think as well, when it comes to a chain, you use your strongest ants.
Totally.
I don't know why they're not using the Sylvester Stallone ants as the chain and the weaker ants.
We
as
have
the
an
ball.
idiom for it. Don't do a weak chain.
Don't
a weak link in the chain.
Yeah, 100. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't think the society is well built, and
No.
maybe they deserve to be drowned.
Totally.
Totally. It's time to start afresh.
I think, look, I'm siding with the fascist ant at the moment because he's like, you know what? I'm going to send a lot of the weaklings to their death.
Yeah.
And when you're looking, and I'd be like, how dare you? But when you have our POV as Woody Allen, I go, ooh, maybe it's worth killing this whole society.
But also, I mean, so Gene Hackman is our villain.
yes.
Very charismatic. I'm on his side immediately.
Yeah.
I think maybe
you see
because,
why he rose up the ranks. And I assume there's only one rank. It's either worker, fighter, or I guess general.
Yeah.
So there's 3 ranks.
Yeah, you're absolutely. And look, the thing is, as well, is our only understanding as to what a worker ant is like is through Woody Allen, and I'm hating this character.
Yeah.
So of course I'm like, they are weak.
Yeah.
If this guy's interacted with Woody Allen, no wonder he's like, just drown them
We've
all.
got to kill them all.
We've got to kill them all.
Yeah.
We can breed them better than this.
Yes.
That's not tough.
Then being the fact that ants has got me on side eugenics already is a bad sign for this ants.
Absolutely.
society. Not good.
Now, when ants are creating a colony, do they wrecking ball?
Well, I guess in my mind, they're mining.
Yeah.
So that's how you make the tunnels.
Yeah.
And I guess the wrecking ball would be more of a
Weird
renovation.
they did give them actual tools. Like, weird they were like, we're going to be accurate about like how worker ants are and how the society
But
and
they'll
a
use
lot of them are going to
pickaxes.
die. But they'll use little pickaxes, and the bad ones will have spears.
I guess because it's a pretty bad metaphor. Like, I'm like, oh man, they're working class. Whereas if they're using their mouths and they're liking it, they're like, maybe they do like it, you know?
Yeah. Is that what they do? They eat their way?
I assume they would like claw it with their mandibles.
I feel like they go,
yeah. You know,
and then other people are carrying the little rocks away.
precisely,
right?
yeah, exactly. It's a
Why have
good
they got a pickaxe?
Well, it's just ridiculous. Now, my other question is, I don't know how ants. I guess the queens squirt now babies.
Yeah.
And that's not us being crass. It's just very casual, just her squirting out
They're
babies.
coming out from behind. She gets to touch them for a hot second, and away they go.
What? How does ants? So do other ants fuck? Or is there like, is it just the queen that gets to sort of do
I think
that?
it's only the queen. I think when we looked it up last night, didn't we? Because the queen can be alive for anywhere from 20 to 30 years,
Wow.
pumping out children.
Yeah.
So there's not, I guess, any reason for there to be any other sexual. I don't know where I'm going with this.
No,
There's no
no,
reason
no.
for any of the other
No,
ants
no,
to be having
that's
sex.
what I'm wondering. I
guess do ants get inspired to start a different colony?
Well, that's what I'm wondering, because I'm wondering whether. So, like, let's say, because the princess and Woody are going to get together, does that mean that Woody's babies will be the new colony, and then they'll be all neurotic? And then also, is it also like, is there a reason why we've got ants like sort of hooking up and being like, is there romantic reasons for ants, you know, to be together? I'm just confused with how the ants work, and I'm very scared of a colony of Woody Allens.
Yeah. So only a queen ant and a winged male ant will have sex.
Nice.
The vast majority of the colony, the wingless worker ants, are female but sterile, meaning they do not mate or lay eggs, focusing instead on foraging, defense, and caring for the queen's brood.
They did have a vague vibe that all the worker ants in the mines were women, and it seemed like Woody Allen was a pussy and had to be that. That was sort of a weird... well, not weird.
It was odd that they had to break their thing and be like, look, accurately, all of the miners are women, but we can't have a female lead, it seems. So Woody Allen has to be the lead.
You think kids are gonna gravitate to a woman ant? No. We need a New York Jew who's 70, and now we're gonna get the kids involved.
It's 1998, and kids aren't ready for a female-led ants movie. It has to be Woody Allen.
It's funny, both films have like a queen ant, and both of them are like, but what if there's a male? And what's his vibe?
And what's his POV? His would be more interesting than, I guess, the actual life they're living, right?
But yeah, no, so they get the wrecking ball, and then Woody Allen and what's Sylvester Stallone's character? It's called like Woven or Weaven.
I don't care.
Weaver.
Weaver.
They go to the bar, which I think is really fun. I love when a bar's and a bug's
Yeah,
world.
I know. And so we know he's different, and suddenly a princess is out and about.
Yeah.
And is that because she'll be becoming the queen soon? Is the queen coming to the end of her tenure?
Yeah.
So she goes and has a dance with Woody Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Woody Allen's like, I don't like dancing and like line dancing.
Yeah.
I'll just boogie like this. And she's like, you've got some riz on you, king.
Yeah.
I definitely don't feel like they've got a chemistry or a spark.
Nope.
And the way she is here in this scene versus how she is when she's reintroduced again, super different characters.
Super different character.
Super more unlikable when she comes back.
Yeah, like I don't like. She's kind of like a spoiled bitch, like at the end, which is
Yeah.
odd because at this point she's like kind of sneaking off, a bit adventurous. You know, I'm like,
You feel like there's a fun spark to her here,
Yeah.
and then once we spend more time with her, there's not. She's like somebody that's like, Z, don't leave me.
you're like just
And you go,
mocking Z,
"Oh."
just like you're weak and nothing. You'll always be a worker bee. You're
Yeah,
nothing.
and he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go off and maybe die, but I
Yeah.
don't care if I get to the destination I want to be in. You know. So what's
Now, what do we think of these goo triangles? I like them. I would love to have a sip.
I would have absolutely loved to have a sip.
Yeah.
It'd be one of those things where when DreamWorks opens their own Disneyland, I'll be going to the Ants colony and I'll be getting some of the purple drizzle or whatever
Mummy,
this
it's
is.
Antz World. It's Antz World. I can meet Weaver and Z.
The parent with their children being like, "Don't talk to any of the ants. Just take the drink and leave.
Yeah. Oh, you don't drink? Oh, you shouldn't take a drink. You should not take a drink.
Don't take the drink."
If it's a triangle green, I want the triangle green.
Z then comes up with a great idea,
Yeah.
which is to swap life for a day with
Yeah.
Sylvester
Job
Stallone.
swap. Job swap.
Job swap. Which
Is that a reality show? Because that would go really well.
well, there's
There's Wife Swap.
So you think you can be a boss or whatever it's called?
no. There's Undercover
Boss.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it. I got confused with So You Think You Can Dance.
So you think you can boss?
So you think you can be a boss? That's where they take the most underpaid possible person, and he proves, he can probably be the boss of the company.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard to make the decisions.
The business kind of set up already. You know, it's KFC. It will work.
Goes, well, I don't have to do anywhere near as much work as I was doing, and I'm getting paid nearly 1 million times the salary I was.
And I'm friends with the Colonel. That's right. He's real. We made him in a lab, like all the chicken.
They do a job swap,
Yeah.
but he doesn't realize that all of the fighter ants are going out to on a battlefield
Ant War.
to ant war. They're going to ant war with lice.
Termites. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is horrific.
It is pretty big bloodbath, and I think
Everybody dies but one.
Yeah, it's the worst war. It's the weirdest war of just like there's one survivor on one side. In which case, like if he died, then it's a tie. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is.
You know,
And this is true.
yeah.
This is what happens.
Yeah.
Ants will go to war with termites, and usually it's a bit of a stalemate because the ants have the numbers to kill all the termites, but a lot of the ants will die anyway.
Yeah. So it's just kind of, you know, just population kind of, that's it. But
You can
yes,
sort of feel that they were like, we need to depict this because kids will know if this is inaccurate.
yeah. Kids
will
have
pick up
give
on
out a sense for this sort of stuff.
Kids constantly come up onto the battlefield on the, a little bit harder gravel and see dead termites and dead ants, and they go, I know what's happened.
I know what's happened here. I know what war plans were effective, and I know which ones were not, and I know how I, as a general, would enact a better change to get the win for the termites or the ants, depending on where you stand politically.
Yeah.
Now this scene's gruesome. I think it's fun, but it is crazy that this isn't a film.
Weird they don't, do the termites chat? Have they got free will?
I assume they have exact same thing, but just a different language. A language barrier. you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is a world where Z goes and befriends a termite
Precisely.
and joins the two worlds together.
Unfortunately, there was a language barrier. There was no Rosetta Stone to combine them.
Yeah.
And here we are at war. And that's what we want to get out of this podcast, guys. You know, meet your neighbor, meet your enemies, you know? You gotta be friends.
We get a pretty famous scene from Antz, which is we have the head scene.
Yeah.
So somebody's decapitated head is there. Z goes up and has a chat with his friend that's just a head. What is the purpose of this scene?
I don't know. It's sort of it feels really underbaked, this film.
Yeah.
In terms of, I think they may have had longer stuff. They wanted to sort of go, he's starting a revolution, and this is
Yeah.
almost how Woody Allen's
Crazy for a kids movie.
crazy, right?
He's got to go to war, and that's going to radicalize him and be like, we shouldn't be doing this thing.
Yeah.
Good people died out there for no reason.
That's exactly what the scene feels like. But it feels like he sort of drops the head, goes, right, I'm off to the bin.
Yeah.
The big bin for fine food. That's all I can think. That would be sort of, and they just cut a lot of stuff. Because it feels quick. This feels a quick movie.
It's an 80-minute film.
Yeah.
It moves at a lightning pace. In terms of the plot moving forward, it doesn't feel quick.
It feels long.
In fact, it feels quite slow. But it is only 80 minutes, it was nice to click and be like, oh, God, that felt like half an hour. And you're like, 15 minutes passed. That's okay. Because there's only 20 minutes left after that.
And the credits come fast and pretty aggressive.
They're loose and quick. He goes back and he's awarded the Medal of Honor, and due to circumstances, he accidentally ends up kidnapping the princess.
Yes.
We get the other big scene from the movie, in my opinion. The movie's broken up into set pieces, and that's how, as it was unfolding, I was like, "Oh, now I remember the set piece." And now
I remember we were watching with our friends. We were kind of going, "I remember this start, and I remember the war," and then we're kind of like, "What is the rest of the film?"
I'd forgotten all about the flooding and the climbing.
Yes.
Which is actually exhilarating, but we'll get there. This scene with the magnifying glass.
Yes.
Now, quick question for you: did you ever do this? Did you ever try to do it?
I was enamored that a magnifying glass could start a fire.
Yeah.
However, morally as a child, I went, that is so cruel to those ants. I think because of Ant Bully, I think Arthur and the Invisibles, I think just various kids' media was like, hey, burning ants is a dick move.
Yeah.
You know? Toy Story. There's just a lot of scenes where the evil person burns ants.
Yeah.
And I was a pretty staunch vegan when it came to burning ants. I would eat the meat, of course, but I would never burn an ant. Did you burn ants?
No, I never even attempted to do it. And a part of me thinks it can't be done.
Oh, you can burn. I couldn't believe how easy a magnifying glass.
Oh, really?
Super easy. Super easy.
And I mean, look, it is science.
Yeah. It's just good stuff.
I never attempted to do it. I think I was one of those kids that much more pretended to be like a sleuth. I was like, why would I burn ants when I could solve the case?
Here's the thing, and that's the great thing about a magnifying glass. It can really be a weapon or a tool.
It's great that it's both.
It's great.
It's great that it's both.
Same with a gun.
Yeah, you know what'd be great is in Knives Out. You've just got Benoit Blanc just burning ants. He's like, look, I can do multiple things with this tool. And so I do appreciate that a lot of kids' movies basically were like the loser kid does this.
Yeah,
this is a loser kid.
It's not
move.
on. It must have been a big thing in like the 50s and 60s.
Yeah,
it was such a. I guess the little psychopaths then. I guess they didn't have the internet.
Yeah,
you know, that was the issue, right?
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Now they put all of their hatred online.
Now you just comment like kill yourself.
All their vitrials towards us, which is much healthier.
Much healthier.
It's great because we ignore it, but they're getting it out of their system.
Totally. I mean, if you guys comment, we will kill ourselves with a magnifying glass.
I'm so fragile. You have no idea.
You wouldn't believe. But
One bad comment and I'm going to go burn some ants. That's a threat.
Fucking Storeman 47. I'll burn you.
I need to feel big.
But yeah, no, the princess is like, "You boys, come help me. This bitch Z just stole me." And then do we ever find out who is the owner of this magnifying glass?
No, we never. I like it that you never see these higher beings.
Yeah.
This is just a horrible world.
Because they are almost gods to them, essentially, really.
Yeah, they are they would be gods. You'd be like, don't go out there. Titans will come for you.
Yeah.
But if you can beat them, you're rewarded with trash.
Exactly.
And it's gorgeous.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
But yeah, so we've got this big scene where the ants are not only being fried, but blowing up like War of the Worlds.
Yeah. Pretty gruesome, you know? We're up to, I'd say we've seen about probably close up 100 deaths, at this point.
Yeah, so far... Yeah, we've seen people get mauled to death. These people are being exploded. Once they survive this, they just continue their journey.
Yeah.
And it is, again, a series of just sort of set pieces. The next set piece is going to be at a picnic.
Yeah.
So I think this is the utopia, right?
Yes.
And they're like, this must be the utopia.
But we didn't talk about it. At one point at the bar, a crazed old man is like, "Hey, you guys going to Utopia Land? It's where the ants are all free." And then he's skirted off, like sort of a la CIA.
Yeah, he's sort of like muffled and taken away. Likely struggled in the back.
Yeah, thrown in an ant van.
Yeah.
Just like, we never see him, and we never really got that story. But anyway, yes, they're in the ant utopia.
Yeah.
They try to get a sandwich. Cling film, can't get through that. I have no idea what the point of all this is.
No, I couldn't tell you either. I think I also find it odd too because I think the movie has bad world building. And I think you would have a better time if they were saying like hundreds of years ago, somebody else went and did something like this.
Wow.
I think there needs to be more inspiration as to him doing what he's doing. I think it's odd that he is like the Messiah to them.
Yeah.
And not somebody inspired by... Because if their whole thing is like doing something inspires more, the fact he just does it and it inspires everyone within an instant it feels very quick.
It does. It
doesn't feel like there
like the
is
speed running Messiah.
It
seemed like
does.
honestly, it seemed like society was on the brink and no one thought to do anything.
nobody thought to do anything. And I'm like, surely somebody Z can't be the first of the colony.
Because everyone's bitching and moaning. That's the thing.
Nobody's happy here. He can't be the first to have decided this.
No.
If we've gotten to the point that therapists exist, this has got to be
Someone's
happening a lot.
angsty. Yeah, exactly. Someone's like, "Do we need to go to work?" But here's the problem, though. If these ants stop working, what are they going to be doing?
They'll be drowned.
Yeah.
It seems like they would like to just go and have a fun life out in the grass and eat trash.
Yeah.
But is it not within ants' DNA to make...
Ants love hanging out.
That's
in their DNA, It's like us.
2 million ants? Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
2 ants? No.
No, that's weird. I think their power is in strength. You ever seen the single ant hanging around? No, they're dead.
That's right.
That's
and
free
so
food.
what is the rule of an ant? How much times their strength? Like it's
100 times.
Yeah, wow.
They can lift a leaf.
Wow,
or
God,
a
they're
bug.
inspiring.
You seen those 2 ants pull that cockroach? Just inspiring stuff. Never give up, guys.
They're
Never
sort
give
of
up.
the superheroes of the insect world.
Precisely.
Like I think if Marvel was bugs, there'd be a lot of them would be ants.
Yeah. I don't think Ant-Man would be an ant, ironically.
No,
I think he'd be more
He'd be something even weaker because he's a bad superhero.
a tick, that'd be
worse.
the tick,
He's essentially a larva.
which is a child ant,
Yeah, that's what he would be.
a little slimy fella.
Yeah, a little slimy fella.
Don't let
Spider-Man, definitely not a spider.
No. Peter Parker's sort of got a nervous energy. He's almost like a Woody Allen type.
Yeah, he's actually quite a Woody Allen type. Woody Allen as Spider-Man, would it sell?
I think it really would. I think at this age, it would really clean up his image. You know?
Yeah, Tom Holland should stop taking his inspiration from Marty McFly and start taking it from neurotic Woody Allen.
That's so true. He's so Marty McFly. God, but I just think Marty McFly's got something else. He's got a little. Maybe he doesn't.
He's got a teen wolf to him.
And that's what you need.
Our next big set piece at the picnic, is we get these two, like a married couple who want to help.
Mm-hmm.
What are they?
They're wasps.
Okay, well, they are wasps.
I think they're wasps.
Yeah.
But it's
And they look down on ants. They're like, you guys are pathetic.
Well,
'cause you
they're
can't
like
fly."
upper British people, just like, oh my, the ants have tried to eat the food, but no. Oh, they're sort of looking at them like charity cases, and almost like they were like animals essentially.
Yeah,
Just like
they're poor
lower
animals.
lower beings. They're like, we can come help you. At one point, the woman bug is immediately squashed.
I gotta tell you, this made me super sad. I was like, I'd forgotten about this, and it was almost like a triggering thing of where I was like, oh, I always hated that she died.
Yeah.
Because
It
they
feels
are so
mean.
in love.
It feels, exactly.
They're so in love. And it's just because they want to get that guy drunk to the point that he helps.
Yeah.
But there's got to be something. But again, that's how it is to be a bug.
I know, but
That's
the film,
how it is to be a bug,
I
Oscar.
just don't think the film
And
is
that's
doing
the
that
edge.
much that.
And that's the edge.
I don't know if the film's doing that whole thing. I'm like, I don't think we need to kill these guys. I think they just had fun.
Yeah. But that's the edge. So reason critics gave this a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I can't fucking believe it's that high.
It's a great film. It's just not for me.
It's a head scratcher, that's the thing. We're just too dumb for it,
Yeah.
It's like a Terrence Malick film, You can kind of watch it and go, look, I liked it. I just didn't get it. And
Yeah.
if you give it 5 stars, great. It's just not really for me. It's
Yeah.
sorry. This woman is bashed in with a swatter, and then our boy Ant is like, Wasp is like, well, I guess I'll help you, but my life is kind of ruined now. So, what do you guys want? I can fly you somewhere.
So they got stuck on on a shoe.
Yeah.
I really remember this from trailers. I remember this. I remember this was a big scene in a trailer, likely on like a VCR.
Yes.
So this wasn't as good as I remembered it being.
I remember it vaguely, and it was a lot more sad. I think because Sharon Stone plays the princess.
Yeah.
And while she's on this gumshoe, you're kind of like, oh, bit of fun, stuck on a shoe. Her blood curling scream is really distressing.
Yeah.
And you kind of think, I actually think this is the worst, because one, your body's getting mangled under a foot, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to keep like having this repeating over and over again.
I think just on the note of Sharon Stone.
Yeah.
I think another issue with the film is it is during this time of we're just getting actors to do voice acting. Because I was watching a making of this morning just because it came up on my feed of all of the voice actors behind The Emperor's New Groove. And you go, these are all really interesting choices.
Yeah.
Like David Spade is not a big name. Patrick Warburton is not a big name.
No.
Eartha Kitt is inspired casting as a villain. It feels really, and it really feels like they are a reflection of the drawn character on screen.
John Goodman and David Spade, if you stand them in a room, they give that energy of the characters they're
Yes,
playing.
100%. And there's something about Sharon Stone and Sylvester Stallone,
Woody Allen.
Christopher
Christopher Walken is in this, and he's sort of like not even the vizier, like the sort of second in command of the general. And look, Christopher Walken's got a really distinct accent. It's weird him playing it. Probably the like straightest I've ever heard him play it.
Just about the most I'm saying these lines is Woody Allen.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of, and I think there really was a time where this was getting to a point where look, I think DreamWorks got better at this, because then I think they turned around, they really nailed it with Shrek.
Yeah.
And they said, we want to get superstars,
Yeah.
but we're getting like Mike Myers to do a weird accent.
Yes.
And it's fun that Cameron Diaz works as Fiona as the princess, but she's actually going to work even better once she makes the transformation to an ogre.
Yes.
Like there really is they're utilizing the showmanship of using big
That's a great
celebrities.
performance by Cameron Diaz.
It is.
Like, yeah.
I genuinely love her voice performances. Fiona.
Yeah.
I always have. I think Fiona's easily one of the if you line up the female characters in Antz to Shrek,
Many people are.
but I think a lot of the things in Shrek are direct. Like
They're learning. They're
things
learning.
that
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
fixing from Antz.
Yeah.
And they're going, these are really weak female characters. We want to have a strong one over here in Shrek.
Yeah. Just time of the times. You know, it feels like a dated film. And it's,
The issue with Antz is I genuinely think it doesn't have a sidekick. And I think it's something really smart in Shrek is we'll give him a sidekick.
Yeah.
We'll have Donkey.
I think them also almost like preemptively being like, what if he's annoying and that's his issue? Like,
Yes,
I feel like
that's
a lot of
right.
them already are just annoying.
Yeah.
But they were like, and that's really early on as well. Because I feel like maybe it was a 90s sort of thing of like, what's an annoying sidekick?
He's annoying, but his heart's in the right place.
Yes.
And can Shrek get over that?
And also, I think Shrek actively being fucking pissed off at him.
You're right. But
yeah.
that's good conflict of comedy as well.
Yeah.
Because while both of the characters are being developed, we're laughing.
Yes.
There's so few jokes in this movie.
There's
And
so
a
many
lot of the
jo-
jokes are the shock death, really.
I think, yeah, that's not meant to be comedy. It's distressing. And I think sometimes Woody Allen does like, brother, you know, being a bloody ant, you know, it's tough
to be
It's
an
too
ant.
Yeah, no, that's, I think, almost surreal that like this guy is an ant.
Yeah. When you put down Ants on paper and it is just about like this fascist takeover starring Woody Allen in a violent ant movie, it just sounds ridiculous.
It just seems odd that it's ants.
it's just odd that it's Ants.
Yeah. I don't think they wanted it to be ants, you know?
It must have been wild when they got to the finished product and they were like, what the fuck is this? What do we spend? Our investors are going to be angry. Did you see the early footage of A Bug's Life? That looks like a kid's movie. It looks vibrant. Looks fun.
I mean, we'll get into it, but to Bug's Life next week. But that feels I am very validated of just like this is awful and strange, you know?
Yeah.
I can't imagine people being like, I loved it as a kid. Like, you watched it as a kid. That's all it was. You watched it as a kid and you like, but what just now? It's strange. We get them, they get back. I feel like they're in like Valhalla and I feel like they're like, I think the metaphor is maybe paradise isn't good and we should go back to our working life. I don't know why they leave.
Well, it's just because they need the queen.
Yeah.
So she's essentially kidnapped and he has to go back. He doesn't want to live there on his own. He's grown a heart. He's grown some bravery.
Yeah.
So he has to go back and get the queen. And it was very funny to me that the ant just flies over, cuts the entire trip in half and is like, just picks her up and takes her back.
Yeah.
You go, wow, that really undercuts this journey.
Yes. Bit of a waste of time.
Yeah. Even the villain's like, that place is real. And they're probably there. It's not hard to get to.
No,
And you can just fly over.
You can see it. Like, it's very big.
literally just there.
Yeah. And look, we're not there because why would
We should probably be closer, if
Yeah.
I'm being honest. But not for us.
But it's not really a
I'm going to breed them good.
yeah, I'm gonna fuck that fucking queen. God damn, I also think what's his name? Gene Hackman is also like very old, and he's like can't wait to put my penis in you, and it's a bit. That's a fun motivation, I think, because he's a creep. you
And
know?
again, they're keeping it all to Ants.
Yeah.
They're keeping it all to this is what it's like. The younger one would be sold off to like the heaviest hitter, and you go, it's yuck. As a kid, I don't know if I want to see that this is how an Ants world works.
Yeah, it's pretty real. I'm just like, I don't think I want that. But yeah, no, Woody Allen returns. At this point, the general's like, you know what? I'm going to kill
everyone. Got a great idea on how to drown them.
Yeah.
And you know, this is it feels like a really big moment because we've got this guy who's been like, you've got to keep mining.
Yeah.
And he's the one that's like, they wouldn't try and kill us. And then boom, this guy likely dies.
Yeah.
He comes undone because of it.
Yeah.
And it's a tough pill to swallow.
And that's Ants in a nutshell.
Ants in a nutshell.
Because the big hive is then filled with water.
Yeah.
And these ants have to work together to get out of there. Because what's the general's plan? He just wants a hard reset.
He just wants a hard reset.
Yeah.
And he wants just strong ants, new colony.
Yeah.
That's the reason he needs the queen. That's the reason he needs the princess is he's killing the old queen.
Yeah.
And he knows because as ants work, the worker ants only serve the queen. So there's no reason to keep them at all.
Yes.
You can't start another colony if
No.
he does that.
Not fairs.
Yeah.
Oof.
It's a well thought out plan. Frankly, the movie has a lot more in common with Dune.
It feels Dune-esque, doesn't it?
There's some shots where you go, this feels Dune. It's got sort of the color palette of Dune.
Yeah, I feel like Denis really took a lot from...
Antz.
Yeah.
And actually, Timothy's doing a
a
lot of Woody.
Yeah,
He's doing a big Woody Allen impression.
He was in that Umbrella of Chambord, and he was like, what's that fucking one called? Have you seen that?
What?
The one where Timothy Chalamet's in the Woody Allen film?
Oh, A Beautiful Day in New York.
Yeah.
Or A Rainy Day in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
There was
that one where he had to give away all the money.
There was an email leaked. I think it was in the Epstein thing, and I think his publicist was just like, he was so pissed. He did not want it. He was like, "Why don't I get back that money? It's just I work with Woody.
Yeah.
Sue me, you know."
I did a bit part in a film. He's like, I want money. I haven't made Dune or Wonka yet. I'm still working actor.
I've got Wonka bones, you know. I've got Wonka money.
I haven't got the point of getting $20 million a film.
I needed that rainy money.
I spent it all already as well. This is going to put me in the hole. I have to do another Woody Allen movie to get myself out of this mess.
I can make that money too. Oh.
All I've done was Call Me By Your Name and Beautiful Boy. They weren't hits.
But yeah, no, they defeat the big guy.
He's his own. I do like that there's a thing in children's movies. It's hard to think about because it's a lot in children's movies is the villain accidentally killing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Are there many children's movies where they actively kill the villain?
Beauty and the Beast, no, he falls down. I feel like Tarzan, he hangs himself accidentally.
Yeah.
I feel like they try and avoid it.
Yeah, I think they really try and avoid it.
Like if you see Buzz Lightyear, you know, stab Sid in the eye, you know, it's a bit like, oh, bummer, you know. So what happens to Sid? He just gets his comeuppance.
Yeah,
gets freaked out.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah, you never want your protagonist to kill.
Yeah,
I think it's a bad.
Which I think is a shame.
Yeah, look, Moana.
Even in The Incredibles, they don't kill.
No, Sid Jerome kills himself by accident. Pretty brutally, you know.
One of the best. Yeah. One of the best deaths to do it.
I can't think of one off the top of my head. You ever seen Black Cauldron?
Oh, I've seen scenes. I know the scene because Black Cauldron's got that beautifully horrifying animation.
It's real. I watched it a lot as a kid. I didn't realize what it was culturally. One in the 1980s at a bankrupt Disney. But it's also so angry and violent, and like one of the sidekick kills himself. Really horrible. But I'm pretty sure the villain is killed in a pretty gruesome way, you know. But yeah, so they stopped doing that.
Yeah.
We should do Black Cauldron.
I guess the only one actually that is an active death is in Shrek when they're like, eat him. And the dragon's like, okay.
Yeah, home. Which I think they're just playing off like the... Yeah, they're God, they're good.
Yeah.
You know? Shrek gets its dues, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah.
They are just like, just eat them.
Yeah.
Which is the same as shooting a gun.
Yeah.
You have brought a gun to the wedding and then you ask the gun to fire.
Totally. If anything, it's more gruesome. It's a guts biomes getting you know? It's not,
I was watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit the other day, and that guy dying at the end is pretty graphic.
Does he get steamrolled? Is that
So
right?
No, he gets steamrolled, and that's the reveal. He's a cartoon,
Yes.
and then he's melted, and his exterior human flesh is left, but the cartoon within him is melted.
Great.
It's a real moment. It's a real fucking moment. You know, that movie really holds up visually.
I can imagine.
astounding.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy what happened to Robert Zemeckis. What a shame. Big
Yeah,
shame.
and the guy who did the animation for that did a bunch of other great stuff as well. Yeah.
Well, it's so well animated. And I mean, it's also fun too because it's all of Disney and Warner Brothers cartoons chilling and having fun.
Yeah.
And you just can't imagine the studios doing that now.
No.
Having just to be like, yeah, that'll be fun. You can throw Mickey in there for a little bit.
A bit cheeky.
One of the things we thought was interesting when watching it, this is completely off the rails now, but Donald Duck has a lot of edge in it, and he's way more like evil.
I think he can be. Donald Duck's always.
I think they've removed Donald Duck's edge. Like, I think
now?
Yeah, now. Like, isn't it nuts how much, like, when you go,
I guess
what Donald Duck used to be versus what he is now, they've completely redone that character.
Yeah.
You just haven't really
They've
noticed.
butchered him.
They've 100% butchered him. He used to be very killy.
Yeah. I just think, you know, with the way the world's going, you know, where's Donald in this whole thing?
Yeah.
It's just not right.
Remember that a lot of the cartoons used to hold guns? Used to be like,
yeah.
I'm gonna find you.
Well, Elmer Fudd, like
Elmer
Tom and
Fudd
Jerry,
had a
they're
gun,
always having
yeah.
a gun. Double-barreled as well, just
Yeah.
like sticking in a mouse. Good
It's
stuff.
the best of the guns.
It's a good gun. It's
best
a
of guns.
comedy gun.
Anything worth talking about here at the end? By this point, I feel like I've completely fallen out of my interest in the movie.
100%. It pans out and does sort of like a New York reveal.
When they're all saved, it's just a narration that goes, "We started a new colony and it was better.
Yeah.
Bye."
Bye. They are
Credits.
out quick.
They are so out so quick.
Yeah.
It really clocks in like 79 minutes.
Yeah.
And then there's like 10 minutes of credits because that many people had to work on the film.
Oh my god, you should see these ant animations, guys. It's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Carl, who would watch Ants?
It is. It's funny because I think I did still kind of nail it in saying that I thought it was for a kid that wanted a bit more bite in their animated movie.
Yes.
Like even now I am watching it and I go, animated movies don't get made like this much anymore.
No.
And it is a bad film.
Yeah, that's not like a
But there
endorsement.
is like a level of violence to it, and the fact they've gone, a lot of bugs die, and we're showing what it is to be an ant. A lot of ants are going to die in the film,
Yeah.
and that is kind of fun. But I think you're going to have to really get them at the right age to massage them to like it.
It feels like you are doing like a naughty, like, oh, I'm watching an M film, but you're not watching an M film. It's still a kid's film. It's gotta be an edge.
Told my brother that we were reviewing this, and I was like, "Do you reckon you'll ever show your kids?" And he said, "I would never think to have put on Ants for anyone." So I don't think Ants will be around for the next generation.
Ants is gone, and I think honestly, without the Pixar label over it, I don't know how well Bugs Life. Saying that the Bugs Life,
When do they get to a point where they start mining these wells? Where they've gone, we've done 40 Toy Stories. It's now time to do a Bugs Life 2.
I think. What else they got? Incredibles, Up. I guess Up isn't getting one. I feel like Ratatouille 2 might be a thing.
Yeah, I think Brad Bird's probably like over my dead body.
Yeah.
But
And Up, I don't know if we'd get another one. It feels too by itself. I can't imagine. And the story of Up isn't that interesting.
yeah.
It's the dog.
I just don't
No
know.
one
how
forget-
you
no one
can't
remembers
do an Up to. Remember
No.
they did that. They did that short,
You know it.
and we were both like, "Who cares?"
Who gives a shit?
It's just I think what was nice about Up is it's one of the Pixar movies that is remembered probably because the adventure's so good and they filled it with great characters, and that's just like a nice. Those characters were written to go on the adventure, but they don't actually suit going on any other adventure.
No, it'd be weird for them to be like Carl and the guy would be friends.
Yeah. We've aged up this kid to be 40 and now he needs to go back. And you're like, I would rather shoot myself.
No,
That sounds so lazy.
Whereas I believe Flick and the gang could really bring something to the world. It's funny enough, Bugs Life 2 definitely has the one where you're like, yeah, you could do it.
They should water for elephants it. If they did a
What
water
if the
for
circus
elephants.
was doing well?
Yeah. I think it's now time that the Circus Soleil's coming back into it, and that's what the future. They're going, we're doing car.
Oh, they've been.
We got a residency and we're doing car with bugs.
You're saying the plot is that it's a modernized, like, guys, Circus Soleil's really doing us dirty. We've got to try and like beat them. You know, how are we gonna up our game? I don't know if you remember, but some of the ants do join the circus at the end. So I'd love to see their story.
I'm excited to watch A Bug's Life.
What are you going to give ants?
I'd love to find
so
out
we can
that-
compare.
Sorry?
We got-
What am I going to be giving it?
What
It's
do you-
got, like as a star rating?
I think we need to figure out because we need to figure out which one's better.
So how do you want to do this? Because I actually think it might be fun as well. So after we do a Bug's Life episode, to do like a 30-minute episode that is like a versus, and we do a fun little comparison chat.
Not crazy.
Just to mix up the format.
Yeah, that's not
Change
crazy.
it up a little
It's
bit.
a bit bonkers. It's
You
nuts.
know, it's
Yeah.
just it'll be fun to
We're
do
figuring it out.
something new.
We're figuring it out, and then Bugs Life doesn't have an advantage or a disadvantage.
That's right. It's
Like,
just
if
its
I've
own
just
thing.
watched it and I'm like I'm angry, then it's
Yeah.
gonna lose. You know.
Absolutely. I think at the moment Antz is winning because I haven't seen A Bug's Life again. There you go.
I've seen Bugs Life and I know it's
I
won.
can't comment. Antz is winning. At the moment, Antz is winning. And you know what? A part of me thinks I'm going to watch A Bug's Life and it's going to be so boring. And by then I'll have forgotten Antz because it's been a week. And I'll go, from my memory, I liked Antz more.
Completely ruined the format. I think you're gonna get a lot out of Kevin Spacey's foolish brother. I think that character.
No recollection of that character in the slightest. The villain has a brother?
The villain has a brother.
Wow.
And he's really funny.
Okay.
I remember the child being like, "This guy is good."
Funnier than our generation's comedic genius Sylvester Stallone.
Precisely.
Wow, there you go.
Precisely.
Well, we'll be doing a Bug's Life next week. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
did you do your Who Would Watch This?
I think we got the gist. I think we said.
The habit we have, because we're back into just people know the inner workings of the podcast. There was a while where Oscar was doing a lot of the editing of the podcast, and now we're back to being able to do it, take turns doing it.
Yeah.
And now that I've been back into doing it, we do really have a habit of I will just keep on chatting. I'll completely steamroll you with the Who Would Watch This, and you'll go, it's fine. Undercut the entire premise of the
feel like I
episode.
threw like a one thing in there, just like, I don't know, smell the kids, and you're like, what? It's been done. It's been done. I love the idea of this podcast of someone hating the bulk and then being like, guys, I'm just here to figure out who would watch it.
Skipping a YouTube video to see the star rating, they get to the Who Would Watch It to find out it's just me chatting away.
Oh, thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next week
when we
will watch
A Bug's Life.